Hey guys, welcome back to Storyzilla. Let's talk about Albert Einstein and more specifically, the great scientist's brain. It's a crazy story, and believe it or not, someone stole the brain of the Nobel Prize winning scientist. That's right. Brain stealing, people. I want to speak about it today on the channel. We are going to find out just what happened in today's video, citing an article from CBC. The link will be down in the description. It sounds freaky, it sounds gross, but it almost certainly is going to be very, very interesting. I want to thank you for joining me here today. This YouTube channel, Storyzilla, tells different kinds of stories from across history and indeed modern day pop culture. If you think you might enjoy it, please do consider subscribing and supporting the content by liking and commenting. Always very interested in reading your comments. Alright then, let's hop over into this article and find out just what happened to Albert's brain. The brain of Albert Einstein has never been laid to rest. Although the iconic genius died in 1955, pieces of the brain that changed our view of the universe have roamed the world ever since, stored in mayonnaise jars, cardboard boxes, and car trunks. Wow. The man behind the brain's bizarre afterlife has remained a shadowy figure until now. Well, a brain dissector and thief certainly does sound like a shadowy figure, kind of like a bad guy in a very peculiar film. So apparently, there is a documentary called The Man Who Stole Einstein's Brain, and it reveals the bizarre, stranger-than-fiction saga of Dr. Thomasstalt Harvey. A Yale-educated Quaker, Harvey was the chief pathologist at Princeton Hospital who, while performing the autopsy on Einstein, stole the dead scientist's brain, hoping it could solve the mystery of genius and make him into a scientific hero. The guy literally thought by stealing Einstein's brain, he could unlock the secret to scientific brilliance. When Einstein's family demanded that the brain be returned, understandably, Harvey struck a secret deal with Einstein's estate by vowing to safeguard it from publicity and souvenir hunters and use the brain for scientific study only. Harvey was given permission to keep it. After cutting the brain into 240 pieces for research, Harvey learned that the 1950s brain science was not up to the job. Instead of becoming his ticket to scholarly fame, the brain led to Harvey's undoing. Wow, who could have seen that happening? He lost his Princeton job, his medical license, 3 marriages failed, and he spent 40 years drifting from place to place, hiding Einstein's brain in basements as he struggled to make ends meet. I'm just going to pause the article here. Imagine having 3 failed marriages due to your inclination to hide a brain or multiple pieces of brain. I mean, by the 3rd marriage, you've really got to be recognizing your own red flags here, guy. Come on. Anyway, let's carry on. All the while, Einstein's estate and a stream of reporters hounded him for the results from the brain study. Apparently, he kept Einstein's brain in the closet, but as Harvey refused media requests from all over the world, he became an urban legend. The slippery doctor who pulled off the heist of the century. Meanwhile, Harvey was showing off his jars of brain to fellow Quakers and co-workers and giving out pieces to professors he liked. Gross, man. At least sharing is caring, right? Gotta share the brain. By the time Harvey was in his 80s, the former Ivy League doctor worked night shifts at a plastics factory, shared a cramped apartment with a university student, and kept Einstein's brain in the closet. Was it worth it, Harvey? Only near the end of Harvey's life was he able to let Einstein's brain go. He turned it over to another Princeton physician, identified only as Dr. X, to be its new keeper. Okay, Dr. X, we're very much keeping with this supervillain theme here. And history repeated itself. Dr. X began hiding Einstein's brain for more than 20 years and is currently deciding where it should go next. This is like the One Ring in Lord of the Rings. Whoever's the brain bearer loses their mind and becomes obsessed with it, and hides it from the perceived enemy. Of course, this is me talking and not the article. Let's jump back into the article. The man who stole Einstein's brain examines humanity's age-old fascination with genius, the seductive maw of celebrity, and the price of ambition. Yeah, pretty gross, right? I'd like to say I kind of get it, you know, like a revolutionary, historical, once-in-a-lifetime mind, and all of that comes from the brain, this problem-solving brilliance, the sort of source of his power. But to be honest, I don't really get it. Don't steal people's brains. I guess if it happened now, you'd put someone's brain into a machine, scan it, see how big certain elements of the cortex are, this, that, and the other, and then kind of that would be it, I guess. But back in the day, I guess you chopped it up into hundreds of pieces, put it in mayonnaise jars, and spread it across the world, and hide from the world media. Or at least, well, that's what happened in the story of the man who stole Albert Einstein's brain.